Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video, and since today's my day off, one of my days off from work, I thought I would take a minute and talk about something kind of interesting. Um, so let me show you some goodies I've picked up recently, and this is the one I'm most interested. I like the best. It's a shirt. It's a little hard to kind of get the details here, but anyway, um, if uh, if you don't get what that is, basically the shirt is. Shirt for the series One Piece, and it's showing part of a really famous scene from the series. I picked it up at Uniqlo, which is kind of the affordable but stylish clothing chain, an affordable but stylish clothing chain here in Japan and in some other countries. And I like to go there a lot. You can get like really nice stuff for pretty reasonable prices. There was one they had in Goje, which is where I lived for a while when I was in Korea. Picked up a few shirts there that I still have. What's special about these shirts, and they had similar ones there, depicting stuff from the various from Shonen Jump, is that it's the 50th anniversary of Shonen Jump. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically this sort of comic book anthology magazine. It comes out once a week, and in each issue it's going to have a chapter for a couple of a popular series. This thing is basically like the king of comics here in Japan. I mean, it's been around for 50 years. One Piece, that series right there, that started back in 1997, and it's still going on, and it's probably going to be keep going on for a number of years more. Stop and let that sink in. This is one series that has been going on putting out new chapters almost every week for more than 20 years. There are a lot of the most well-known comic book series that were later turned, of course, into famous anime series that started there. That's where people got to know them. It's basically like if you get your series into this, you are basically sitting on the top of the heap in terms of nerdy entertainment here in Japan. I mean, there was even an English version in America that lasted several years, and of course, basically anything that gets into Shonen Jump is guaranteed to be translated into English. So, unsurprisingly, it being the 50th anniversary of this series, something that for like literally decades and generations uh, has been part of Japanese pop culture, particularly among guys. Yeah, a 50th anniversary is kind of a big deal. So there's like that. There's shirts there, and when I bought that at Uniqlo, they gave me this really cool bag with images on the side from some of the most popular series from across the decades. I don't recognize every single one of these, but I do know a good number of them. If I'm perfectly honest, I recognize the majority of them. There's really only maybe like a half dozen or so that I don't know what they are. Um, so yeah, and just to kind of get it hyped up even more, if you've been, you might have seen. All right, let's try that again. They've had some of these on. They kind of deal with a coffee company here in Japan. You probably can't see that very well, but they would put like a little panel from one of their show's most popular series on some of these limited edition versions of the coffee cans. This one is from Saint Seiya, which is a series that I was never really that interested in, but I know there are some people out there who are huge on it. And this one's really weird because he's actually in this panel in Japanese talking about coffee. He's like talking about like milk, sugar and milk and coffee and like it's a miracle or something. And I'm like honestly not 100% sure if they like Photoshop this or something, but they didn't do that with any of the other ones that I've seen. So I think it really just might be for whatever reason during the course of that story, that character was actually talking about coffee, and somebody saw that and like well, okay, this is too perfect not to use that particular panel. Here's another one, Yu Yu Hakusho. Remember watching that an anime series back in college. I think that was pretty good actually. Um, of course, I'm sure a lot of people will recognize that one. And again, sorry you can't make out the details on this too well. My camera's basically basically it's a cheap Logitech thing, kind of thing you could get at like Walmart for like 10-12 bucks. Um, yeah, it's got Goku's Super Saiyan mode, and he's screaming about Frieza. And then my personal favorite, uh, again, this is from One Piece. You've got the main character there, and he's doing his favorite famous line that in English translates as "I'm gonna be the king of the pirates." So yeah, it's a good time to pick up some unusual and interesting sort of little nerdy goodies here in Japan. Of course, picking up nerdy goodies, yeah, well, it's always a good time for that here in Japan, but this is something that's truly special. I haven't quite exactly decided what I'm going to do with those cans yet. The One Piece one's the only one I'm truly interested in. Probably I'll see about maybe arranging to send those to one of my friends in America, or maybe some more than one person, depending on how it goes. I'm still deciding. But the shirt and the bag, I'm planning to hang on to for the foreseeable future. They're just too interesting not to keep. And yeah, it's just sort of something I thought I might take a minute to talk about. So everybody, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.